I was too little to see much of it. I met prisoners in the garden and stuff like that, but I was only what 7.5, I think, 7 when we left. Whereas my older siblings, who grew up in the system and had to, a bit like army children, had to move prisons every five
Yeah.
years. So they never,
Yeah.
they weren't very good at making friends because they kept being moved on from school to school. Um, they saw far more of it. And
Mm.
talking to my both my mother and grandmother about it, they both emphasized how desperately lonely they had been
Mm.
because they
Because you
weren't
can't
allowed to
talk.
have friends. Well, they weren't allowed. The governor's wives could only be friends with the chaplain and his wife and the doctor and his wife. It was like a Trollope novel, but on a tiny scale, you know. Um, and so they really turned all their focus onto their children, which made them wonderful mothers. I mean, I think my mother was an incredible mother, but I think a lot of that was down to the isolation of being a governor's wife.